At last the trumpets' triumph sound on high, And running heralds humble homage made, Greeting him goodly with new victory, And to him brought the shield, the cause of enmity, Wherewith he goeth to that sovereign Queene, And falling her before, on lowly knee, To her makes present of his service seen, Which she accepts with thanks and goodly gree, Greatly advancing his gay chivalry. So marcheth home, and by her takes the knight, Whom all the people follow with great glee, Shouting and clapping all their hands on height, That all the air it fills, and flies to heaven bright. Home is he brought, and laid in sumptuous bed, Where many skilful leeches him abide, To salve his hurts that yet still freshly bleed. In wine and oil they wash his woundes wide, And softly can embalm on every side. And all the while most heavenly melody About the bed sweet music did divide, Him to beguile of grief and agony. And all the while Duessa wept full bitterly, As when a weary traveller, that strays By muddy shore of broad seven-mouthed Nile, Unweeting of the perilous wandering ways, Doth meet a cruel crafty crocodile, Which in false grief hiding his harmful guile, Doth weep full sore, and sheddeth tender tears. The foolish man that pities all this while His mournful plight, is swallowed up unwares, Forgetful of his own, that minds another's cares. So wept Duessa until eventide, That shining lamps in love's high house were lit. Then forth she rose, ne longer would abide, But comes unto the place where the heathen knight In slumbering swound, nigh void of vital sprite, Lay covered with enchanted cloud all day. Whom when she found, as she him left in plight, To wail his woeful case she would not stay, But to the eastern coast of heaven make speedy way, Where grisly night, with visage deadly sad, That Phoebus' cheerful face durst never view, And in a foul black pitchy mantle clad, She findes forthcoming from her darksome mew, Where she all day did hide her hated hue. Before the door her iron chariot stood, Already harnessed for journey new, And coal-black steeds, aborn of hellish brood, That on their rusty bits did champ as they were wood. Who, when she saw Duessa sunny bright, Adorned with gold and jewels shining clear, She greatly grew amazed at the sight, And the unacquainted light began to fear, For never did such brightness there appear, And would have back retired to her cave, Until the witch's speech she gan to hear, Saying, "Yet, O thou dreaded dame, I crave abide, till I have told the message which I have." She stayed, and forth Duessa gan proceed. "O thou most ancient grandmother of all, More old than Love, whom thou at first did breed, Or that great house of gods celestial, Which was begot in Demogorgon's hall, And sawest the secrets of the world unmade, Why sufferedst thou thy nephews dear to fall With elfin sword, most shamefully betrayed? Lo, where the stout Sans Joy doth sleep in deadly shade, And him before I saw with bitter eyes The bold Sans Foy shrink underneath his spear, And now the prey of fowls in field he lies, Nor wailed of friends, nor laid on groaning bier, That whilom was to me too dearly dear. Oh, what of gods then boots it to be born, if older Virgil's sons so evil hear? Or who shall not great Nightes' children scorn, when 2 of 3 her nephews are so foul forlorn? Up then, up, dreary dame, of darkness queen, go, gather up the relics of thy race, or else go them avenge, and let be seen that dreaded night in brightest day hath place, and can the children of fair light deface. Her feeling speeches some compassion moved in heart, and change in that great mother's face. Yet pity in her heart was never proved till then, for evermore she hated, never loved, and said, "Dear daughter, rightly may I rue the fall of famous children, born of me, and good successes which their foes ensue. But who can turn the stream of destiny, or break the chain of strong necessity, which fast is tied to love's eternal seat? The sons of day he favoureth, I see, and by my ruins thinks to make them great. To make one great by others' loss is bad excheat. Yet shall they not escape so freely all, for some shall pay the price of others' guilt, and he, the man that made sans foy to fall, shall with his own blood price that he hath spilt. But what art thou that tell'st of nephews kilt? I that do seem not I, Duessa am, quoth she. However now in garments gilt and gorgeous gold arrayed I to thee came, Duessa I, the daughter of deceit and shame. Then bowing down her aged back, she kissed the wicked witch, saying, "In that fair face the false resemblance of deceit I wist did closely lurk, yet so true seeming grace it carried, that I scarce in darksome place could it discern, though I the mother be of falsehood, and root of Duessa's race. A welcome, child, whom I have longed to see, and now have seen unwares. Lo, now I go with thee." Then to her iron wagon she betakes, and with her bears the foul well-favoured witch. Through mirksome air her ready way she makes, her twyfold team, of which 2 black as pitch, and 2 were brown, yet each to each on each did softly swim away, ne ever stamp, unless she chanced their stubborn mouths to twitch. Then foaming tar their bridles they would champ, and trampling the fine element would fiercely ramp. So well they sped, that they become at length unto the place whereas the Paynim lay, devoid of outward sense and native strength, covered with charmed cloud from view of day and sight of men, since his late luckless fray. His cruel wounds with cruddy blood congealed, they binden up so wisely as they may, and handle softly till they can be healed. So lay him in her chariot, close in night concealed. And all the while she stood upon the ground, the wakeful dogs did never cease to bay, as giving warning of the unwonted sound with which her iron wheels did them affray, and her dark grisly look them much dismay. The messenger of death, the ghastly owl, with dreary shrieks did also her bewray, and hungry wolves continually did howl at her abhorred face, so filthy and so foul. Thence turning back in silence, soft they stole, and brought the heavy course with easy pace to yawning gulf of deep Avernus' hole. By that same hole an entrance